If you've been holding off on upgrading your Nikon Z5, the wait might finally be worth it. The upcoming Nikon Z5 Mark II, also referred to as the Z52, is making its way into the market with a set of updates that, while not groundbreaking, are certainly noteworthy. As more information becomes available, it appears Nikon is continuing with a strategy that leans on trusted fundamentals while incorporating practical enhancements. But the real question is, are these updates compelling enough to excite today's photographers and videographers? Let's begin with the heart of any camera, the sensor. The Nikon Z5 Mark II features a 24.5 megapixel backside illuminated CMOS sensor. This resolution aligns well with Nikon's mid-range full-frame offerings and is a sensible choice for both photography and videography. While this sensor doesn't break new ground in terms of megapixel count, it remains highly capable. Most importantly, it strikes a balance between image quality, low light performance, and manageable file sizes. However, what really differentiates the Z5 Mark II from its predecessor is the addition of Nikon's latest Expeed 7 image processor. The Expeed 7 processor has already proven its capability in Nikon's higher-end models like the Z8 and Z9. Bringing this processor to the Z52 means users can expect a noticeable bump in speed, better overall performance, and improved handling of noise in low-light conditions. For photographers who often shoot in dim environments or enjoy night scenes, this should result in cleaner, more detailed images without needing to heavily rely on post-processing noise reduction. However, despite these enhancements, this upgrade doesn't exactly revolutionize the camera. The original Z5 already featured a solid sensor, so the Z52 is more of a refined iteration than a complete overhaul. For some potential buyers, there might be a lingering sense of missed opportunity. In an era where camera manufacturers are increasingly pushing sensor resolutions beyond 30 megapixels, sticking with 24.5 MP might seem conservative. Nikon's strategy here appears to prioritize performance stability and system efficiency over headline-grabbing numbers. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, it just means the Z5 Mark II is focused on real-world reliability rather than on paper specs. One of the most anticipated improvements in the Nikon Z5 Mark II is its autofocus system. Nikon has fitted the Z52 with a 273-point hybrid AF system that includes real-time eye detection and animal detection autofocus. This is a significant improvement over the original Z5, which, while competent, wasn't particularly fast or reliable compared to what Canon and Sony were offering at the time. With the Expeed 7 powering the new autofocus algorithm, Nikon promises faster subject recognition, better tracking accuracy, and overall snappier performance. This enhancement is especially appealing to photographers who frequently shoot fast-moving subjects, whether it's kids running around, pets playing, or athletes in action. The system's ability to track eyes and animals should make portrait and wildlife photography much more intuitive and successful. That said, the real-world results will ultimately determine how far Nikon has come in closing the gap with its competition. Brands like Sony and Canon have consistently set high benchmarks in autofocus performance, so Nikon needs to deliver a visibly better experience to truly impress. Another consideration is how the autofocus system performs across different scenarios. Will it hold up in low-light conditions? Is the IAF just as effective when recording video as it is for stills? These are critical aspects for hybrid shooters, and while the specs are promising, real usage will determine its reliability. Speaking of video, the Nikon Z5 Mark II offers respectable improvements, though it doesn't go far enough to be considered a major leap. The Z52 supports 4K recording at 30 frames per second, along with full HD at up to 120 FPS for slow motion capture. While this setup is more than adequate for casual and semi-professional content creation, it lacks 4K 60 FPS, a feature that's becoming increasingly common even in mid-tier mirrorless cameras. For vloggers and content creators seeking smoother motion or more editing flexibility, the absence of higher frame rate options in 4K might be a deal-breaker. That being said, the camera does benefit from 5-axis in-body image stabilization, which helps maintain steady footage during handheld shooting. This is especially helpful for those filming on the go or without a gimbal. For hybrid shooters who prioritize photography but occasionally dabble in video, the Z5 Mark II offers a dependable toolset. But if your workflow leans heavily toward high-end video production, you might find the video specs slightly limiting, particularly in areas like internal bitrate options or advanced recording formats. On the usability front, the Z5 Mark II maintains the same 3.69 million OLED electronic viewfinder as its predecessor. While the resolution hasn't changed, OLED tech provides excellent clarity, brightness and responsiveness, which enhances the experience of composing shots through the EVF, especially outdoors. Paired with this is a new 3.2-inch fully articulating LCD screen. This is a significant upgrade from the tilting screen of the original Z5 and offers far more flexibility, especially for vloggers, solo shooters, and anyone capturing from challenging angles. Whether you're shooting high above your head or composing low-angle creative perspectives, the fully articulating display is a welcome addition. It also makes self-recording much easier, a crucial consideration in today's content creation-driven market. However, Nikon will need to address whether the touchscreen interface has been improved. In the past, Nikon's touchscreen functionality has lagged behind some rivals in terms of responsiveness and usability, so better software integration here would be appreciated. Another practical update is the inclusion of dual UHS-2 SD card slots. This is particularly valuable for professionals and event photographers who need immediate in-camera backups or the ability to segregate photo and video files. The flexibility offered by dual slots adds peace of mind during critical shoots, reducing the chances of workflow disruption due to storage issues. The Nikon Z5 Mark II also aligns with recent regulatory standards by supporting USB-C charging, complying with EU mandates. More importantly, this means you can charge the camera using a power bank or standard USB-C cable, ideal for travel and fieldwork. It's a small quality of life upgrade, but one that frequent shooters will greatly appreciate. Despite all these positives, the Z5 Mark II still has a few areas that may cause hesitation. For starters, the improvements, while sensible, aren't dramatically different from the original Z5. This leads to an inevitable question for existing users. Is it really worth upgrading? If you already own the Nikon Z5 and are satisfied with its image quality, ergonomics, and basic performance, the enhancements offered by the Z52 may not be compelling enough to justify making the switch. Moreover, the competition has been evolving rapidly. Cameras like the Canon EOS R8 and Sony a7C II present strong alternatives in the same price bracket. Some offer higher frame rate options in 4K, better autofocus systems, or even smaller and lighter bodies. Nikon needs to price the Z52 competitively to ensure it doesn't get lost in a crowded market of strong contenders. Value will be a key factor in determining the camera's success. So when can you expect to get your hands on it? According to the most recent reports, Nikon is expected to officially announce the Z5 Mark II during the summer of 2025, most likely before August. The timing would position it well for the high-demand season, giving Nikon a chance to capture attention before other potential releases crowd the spotlight. If you've been patiently waiting for this update, you may not have to wait much longer. In summary, the Nikon Z5 Mark II is best described as a well-considered evolution rather than a radical reinvention. It retains what worked well in the original Z5, balanced image quality, approachable controls, and a user-friendly design, while bringing meaningful improvements in processing speed, autofocus performance, and shooting flexibility. The articulating screen, upgraded processor, dual card slots, and USB-C charging all enhance usability for both casual users and semi-professional creators. However, its modest sensor resolution, limited video specs, and lack of standout new features may limit its appeal for advanced users or existing Z5 owners. The Z5 Mark II feels like a solid update designed to attract new photographers to Nikon's mirrorless system rather than to convert existing users into upgraders. If that's you, someone stepping into full frame for the first time, this camera may be the dependable, well-rounded tool you've been waiting for. So, what are your thoughts on the Nikon Z5 Mark II? Do its refined features meet your expectations, or were you hoping for something more revolutionary? Let us know your take. And if you enjoyed deep dives into the latest camera gear, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates just like this.